Okay, so I found another way around this whole IngramSpark color profile thing. If you're uploading your IngramSpark and it says it's got the PDF has to be, I'll put it in the description of the video. I can't PX or something, but anyway, so if you're using, like I was, Adobe Acrobat 9, it was part of the suite of the Photoshop CS5, and that's what I'm using because I've never bought Adobe. And they tell you there's other videos out there, and they say, oh, well, go ahead and just download the Adobe on a free trial. But hey, if it overwrites my 9, I don't want that to happen. So I went to the Photoshop, and I'm just going to do a blank page just to show you new 8.5 by 11. Okay, whatever. It's this way. So when you go to save it out of Photoshop with the PDF, those options are there because all that stuff isn't there. The things that they tell you have to do, it's not in Adobe Acrobat 9. So here's what we do. We go in Photoshop and we do a save as. And we're going to say Photoshop PDF. So I already have it set up because I did a whole bunch of them. But of course, you go in here and you select Photoshop PDF. And then after you hit save, the options, it should be already set up for me. Yeah, it's already set up. This is what they want. The PDF X-1a 2001. Well, it is an option under this pull down. Okay, I'm going to put it back to high quality. Well, I guess I'll just leave it like this. But I'm not going to actually save this file or anything. And then this automatically does that too. And you put it to this 2001 because that's what they want. And I went through and I did it. I did it on all my pages. I redid them all. And then I bound it together in my old Acrobat 9. And the Acrobat 9 just bound them together as is. It didn't modify this whole setting anything, all right? So you can, if you're back in using Adobe Creative Suite, you have Acrobat 9, and you wanted to use, you can do it out of Photoshop. I didn't, maybe Illustrator too. I didn't check Illustrator because my files were Photoshop files. But it is possible, or even if it's, Illustrator file, you could save it as a PDF or even a PNG. I would, if it's an illustration. Well, you guys know how to do all that stuff. I'm not going to go on and on about that. But yeah, so you don't have to download any newer versions or take the chance of overwriting your old one. Like if you're like me and you never, do the rental on the Adobe, I said I've spent too much money on Adobe. I bought, Creative Suite 5, and it still works for me for the most part, So I'm still using it all these years. This is 2025, end of 2025. I'm still using it. Oh, by the way, another little tip on that: if you had trouble with it with Windows 10. Windows 11, you can install Creative Suite 5 really easily. So, but I know a lot of people are still using it. So there's the fix for that if you don't want to go through all that other rigmarole. You can do it right out of Photoshop in the Save As and then the PDF, and then there is that option up on top here. And this worked. No errors on the cover file or the interior file. So this absolutely works for IngramSpark's color profile if you get that error, which I did. Okay, hope I helped you out. Thanks. Bye.